It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Competitors around the world are coming together again to build robots, tackle challenges, and use their robotic skills to become the ultimate RoboCo champion. Welcome, one and all, to the final round of the 2021 FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge. The FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge takes place in RoboCo, a video game developed by Filament Games in collaboration with FIRST Global. In the game, players build and control robots to conquer challenges inspired by real-world robotics applications. This year's challenge consists of 3 rounds: qualifiers, playoffs, and finals. In each round, teams are tasked with building robots that can complete the objectives and secret objectives for each game board. Today's broadcast of the finals will cover the best attempts from 10 different international teams. Performance, budget, and speed will be scored by the game itself, and mechanics, innovation, and aesthetics will be reviewed by our esteemed panel of judges. When all the scores are tallied, the top team will be crowned the first ever RoboCo champion. In the finals, teams from all over the world were tasked with designing and building a robot that can cut down trees for lumber in a sustainable lumberyard. For this game board, competitors must cut down a tree and safely load it onto a truck, with bonus sub-objectives for robots that remove the extra tree branches and keep the cut trees in the target zone. Secret objectives include lighting the campfire behind the campers, clearing the traffic cones from the logger hood, taking a picture of the human holding a clipboard, bringing a flower to the bees, and toasting s'mores.
Hi, I'm Dan Richardson, and I'm a team leader systems engineer for the Walt Disney Company.
And I'm Melissa Smith, a user experience research manager at Google. Excited to be back to game announce this final round of the FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge. Over the past 2 rounds, the field has been narrowed down to 10 teams who have completed this 3rd final virtual robotics challenge. Today's goal is a sustainable foresting challenge, where teams had to create virtual robots to help remove some dead trees as their primary task, but of course, plenty of secret tasks to complete as well along the way. Our first team is Team Australia with their robot BRUCE, Bruce, which stands for Brutal Rapid Ultimate Cutting Equipment. And it's apparently, they said, something new from down under, the fastest in its field when it comes to chopping lumber. So let's see how they do with this challenge.
Looks like they're quickly out the gate, just trimming the branches off the tree, getting themselves lined up to cut.
I really love that the mechanism literally just encased the tree and went around. Oh, and it just captured it immediately as it fell into it. Very clever design there in Team Australia.
You've got the saw mechanisms on the sides of the robot as they chop through it. It's kind of cool. It's a dual action, perfectly fits around the trunks of the tree so they can trim those branches, get lined up, and then capture the tree quickly and efficiently.
So I think they get, one of the subtasks was to try to keep the trees within that white rectangular border on the ground. So we'll probably see a lot of careful maneuvering here to make sure the trees don't fall outside of that zone. Ooh, some tipping there.
Just a little bit of tippy. Trying to get it into the trailer.
They made it though. So you can see they completed the primary task, but now, of course, all those secret tasks.
Quickly and efficiently picking up that flower. There's a subtask to move that flower over to the bees, and they're getting themselves lined up. Flipping the flower up to the bees. There we go, some happy bees.
Awesome. And great job to Team Australia for completing the primary task as well as one of the secret tasks.
Our next team is Burkina Faso with their robot, Mr. Wood. Now this team has a very versatile, fast and robust robot, and it's named Mr. Wood. It's a robot that they've designed to help all people in the countryside.
I love this articulating arm that they have because it allows them to reach up and cut the branch like we just saw, but now they're able to saw the tree down as well. So.
Yeah, it looks like they have some sort of 4-bar mechanism on a telescopic arm. And it's interesting, too. It looks like the drivetrain just extended out the front of their robot, probably to provide a little bit more stability as they maneuver these heavy trees around.
Definitely a really clever mechanism. I don't think we've seen any robots like that in any of the rounds that like kind of had the drive base extend from a 4-wheel base like that. So very clever design there from Team Burkina Faso. Cutting with a laser? Oh no, the laser is guiding them. Cool.
Oh yeah, laser beams, photon cannons, or the wind. Trying to get themselves lined up with that tree branch. The team talked about their journey this time, working remotely via their social networking groups. And it was always to improve their ideas when they can't find each other in real life. They did this virtually. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences that they had during the competition. Being able to work remotely during the pandemic, design these robots. It's a pretty cool experience for these teams. And they've got a pretty effective robot mechanism here to try to cut down these trees and get them into the trailer.
I will say too, they did something really smart. They pushed the tree over in the direction of the final destination they're trying to do it, and then they just nudged it. They rolled it in that direction. Sometimes it's just easier to let, gravity and physics work in your favor.
At least on planet Earth, it's fairly consistent, so take advantage of it when you can.
They're bringing the flower to the bees.
They dropped the flower. But they did get the credit for the secret objective there. Now moving the cones out of the way.
I mean, what do you call it when caution cones become their own caution hazard?
Yeah, it's weaponizing caution cones. I love the dance. We've got the little shimmy dog ham here going on. I don't know what this is. It's like...
I think they're excited. Like maybe they're cheering on because they completed the main task. Very happy the cones are out of the way.
Okay, moving on to the next objective. Taking a picture of our friend the lumberjack here.
Very clever use of the laser to really pinpoint some of these smaller objects that the robots have to pick up on this level.
Yeah, there is a lot of detail and precision in this challenge, and so this is probably one of the most effective uses of a laser that we've seen at the end effector for their robot, helping them to get lined up quickly and efficiently with all of these secret tasks. He immediately did. I thought he was about to jump into the fire right off the log, but I see. He's getting the marshmallows, taking the mallow.
So we've now seen the secret task of helping the bees or getting the flowers to the bees, clearing out the cones, starting the fire, and then now this robot, Mr. Wood, is making a s'more, roasting a marshmallow. You can have to hand it back over.
A red hot s'more burning the arm of the camper there, but a pretty good score from Mr. Wood, 13,708.
Next up, we have Team Slovenia with their robot Rudy. And Rudy is half hippo, half beaver, half reindeer. A lot of halves, but we'll see how Rudy does.
I believe it. There's a lot going on with this robot. I love the chompers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they headbutt. Do they have a cutter on the side of their robot? Is there a saw there?
Unclear. There must be some type of mechanism, maybe on the maybe the arm or the ears of the, I guess, the hippo-esque head.
I mean, hippos are already one of the most. Oh, they're just breaking them off. He
Wow.
just chomped it down. That is incredible. Just ramming into the lumberjack with the chompers. Hippos are known to be aggressive. I know that they said that it acts like a dog or a puppy, but that maneuver was definitely more hippo-esque.
Yeah.
Now, I love what they're doing here. They've actually grabbed the saw off the bench and are using that to cut down the tree. We talked about this a little bit in the last challenge, but one of the primary areas of focus in robotics is how do we interface them with existing tools that are designed for human use. And this is a pretty cool use of a tool that has obviously been designed for lumberjacks, taking advantage of it, making that mechanism a little bit more cost effective. Okay, and the primary objectives are complete for Team Slovenia. They're going to move themselves on to the secondary tasks. Looks like they're going to go right to moving the cones out of the way.
Oh, I'm realizing they have to move the cones out of the way so that the truck can then take the trees. So they're clearing the path.
The load's secured and they're ready to move. Running into the construction worker with their jaws and their teeth. Non-injurious contact.
So they're going to use the tail gripper to bring the flowers to the bees. How far the tail can extend.
Getting themselves lined up. Going to extend the flower. There we go. The bees have swarmed to the flower. Rubbing some sticks together here. See if we can get the campfire lit. Just trying to get themselves lined up.
We recommend not doing this at home, though. Lighting a campfire indoors is typically not recommended.
Yes. Unless, of course, you have a fireplace designed for this purpose. Maybe not in the middle of your living room or garage, though. Probably a bad move. Alright, the marshmallows are out. They're going to grab the pokers. See if they can make themselves a s'more. Of course, the secret recipe, the graham cracker, the chocolate, and the roasted marshmallow. Making a delicious s'more. Oof. Right through the bag and into the heart, but we're going to make a roasted marshmallow regardless. Well, that was an interesting maneuver right at the end there, just poking the marshmallow through the flame and to the camper. Really efficient maneuver at the end there, and a great score from Team Slovenia, 13,391.
Here's our top 3 leaderboard so far.
Alright, our next team is Team Sri Lanka and their robot Neo Woodhacker. Now, they said their robot is the brainchild of an avid Matrix fan. Neo Woodhacker is the most versatile and efficient logging machine out there.
Seems like they have some clear elements on their robot, which is always clever in this virtual robotics world. It allows you to see things a little bit more directly as the robot's maneuvering around.
It looks like this team is going to go ahead and start with the sub-objectives. Lighting the campfire first. Grabbing the stick and lining up for the marshmallow. Well, that was quick transition of that marshmallow.
Very efficient.
Wow. Very fast with the spore. 3 secret objectives knocked out almost right away by Team Sri Lanka.
And a very clever... Oh, they're keeping it vertical. Oh, very clever, very unique. We haven't seen that yet from the team.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it at first. There's a gripper in the center of the robot that's grabbing onto the tree. Yeah, right as it begins to tip, it extends out and grabs the tree. That's really efficient movements by Team Sri Lanka.
Clearly the pathing that they've determined around this map was very deliberately determined. Deliberated. But yeah, no, they did very good pathing to kind of make sure that there wasn't a lot of inefficient movement in the way that they navigated the course. So good job to Team Sri Lanka.
You can tell that they've definitely practiced, and a lot of planning has gone into this maneuvering. I'm curious how this, the timing of this will compare, but it might be one of the fastest runs we've seen. Just quickly moving these cones out of the way. They don't have to move them out of the road, but they do need to move them out of the path of the tractor. And there's your results. Quite a good score from Team Sri Lanka, 14,944.
Definitely the fastest one we've seen so far. Next up, we have the team People's Republic of China and their robot, Crazy Vic. And Logger Vic was always punished by his boss because of his low work efficiency. Therefore, he refitted his chainsaw into a super logging robot. Let's see how Crazy Vic does.
There's a lot going on in this robot, and I'm very curious about how this all plays out. It looks like we've got a couple of saws on the top and a catching mechanism with grippers for the trees as they fall. Also, fairly large wheels, I have to believe, for stability, and a gripper on the backside. Let's see how this all plays out, but quickly again with the secret tasks. Lighting the fire, grabbing the marshmallow, roasting the marshmallow, and trying to make that s'more.
It definitely seems to be an ideal way of completing those three tasks in rapid succession, starting the fire, grabbing the marshmallow, and then completing s'more. But you have to really think about how you design your robot to be able to do it quickly.
It's interesting. So the blade's actually rotating out so that they can go ahead and trim those branches. This top-down view, very interesting. Oh, wow, with the back wheel extending out back.
Oh, wow.
Articulating.
Yeah.
Really just an elegant maneuver from the Crazy Vic robot. Curious how they do get this into the trailer. Okay, they inch the articulating drivetrain forward.
Very clever design. Allows the heavy load, which in this case is the tree, to stay stable the entire time as well. So you can imagine this type of robot could be used for something that's even more delicate, like a more delicate load, potentially. I just call this a fast and effective robot that tackled everything well.
Getting the second tree lined up. See this, it's like inchworm maneuver to get the trunk of this tree onto the trailer. And they do it.
And very neatly lined up too.
A little precariously balanced there in the end, but they'll stay for now. Somebody will have to secure that load before they get on the highway. But they're able to move on to their next task. Getting themselves lined up with the bees. There we go. Quickly delivering the flower to the bees. The robot's got a little bit of speed to it. I think drifting through the grass there. Oh my, that's the first time I noticed I got a little pilot. That's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that?
Yeah, so just very well done.
You assign a little person in there to drive this robot. That is absolutely amazing. Reminds me of Men in Black, little person driving the robot suit with a really high score from the People's Republic of China. 14,465. Great score.
Here's our top 5 leaderboard.
Okay, our next robot and next team is Team Greece with their robot Santa. Now, Team Greece said that their robot's design resembles a sleigh of Santa. Its color scheme was chosen to bring Christmas theme into life. And I think they've executed here. We've got some reindeer action, some little bobble elf Santa hat. Green and red all over. Really getting into the spirit of the holidays.
As some would say, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So thank you, Team Greece, for bringing that into RoboCo Virtual Challenge. Again, another robot that just picked up a saw and allowed that to do the heavy lifting, or heavy cutting in this case.
All I just hear in my mind is Will Ferrell yelling, Santa! All I need is Buddy the Elf Robot. That'd be a fantastic theme complete. They're pretty quick with this saw. Another great use of the saw mechanism, or the saw from the bench, so they don't have to have a saw. So they just decided to use a articulated end effector and cut down these trees, and they still managed to keep them inside the white box.
Definitely curious how they're going to pick it up now. Oh, there's some type of gripper on the inside of the robot within the chassis.
See that, but I'm still curious how they're going to get it into the trailer. Okay, another articulating drivetrain. That's pretty neat.
Wow. Some hidden telescoping action going on in this robot.
And they just shake the robot to try to get it down the ramp. And they're balanced. It's a little precarious, but they're balanced and it's good. That's interesting. I don't know that I saw both trees loaded into the truck. Did I just miss that? Maybe we'll get another look at it as it goes by. So they're trying to...
It's not a very heavy robot, so you can see they're kind of, when they like put their arm down to try to light the fire, the rest of the robot kind of lifts up a little bit. So some interesting design choices here from the robot.
It's interesting too. A lot of the teams having to take advantage of the time where the camper is walking over to pick up the bag of marshmallows. They grab the stick really before he gets over there, trying to use that time wisely. And again, through the fire and to the other camper, making that s'more.
Through the fire and the flames.
The camera's turned around facing the robot, but it still takes the picture. They get the secret task. I love that. Taking a bit of a selfie instead of a picture of the camper, but completing the secret task nonetheless. Bring the flour over to the bees. And now over to the cones.
Interesting. I thought that they would rotate around and then kind of collect all the cones inside of the chassis.
I did too, but then I was curious, it might be difficult to get it out of there. So I'm guessing they've practiced it both ways, and this might be the most efficient. But it seemed like it would have been more controlled. Oh, and they used a gripper for the last one. Oh,
Some of them
actually, there's still a cone somewhere stuck. So they're just trying to get that last one out. I wonder which one it is. Ah, it must be the one over here.
Great job to Team Greece and their robot Santa. Next up, we have Team Seychelles with their robot, the Stag V3. So it seems like, if I recall, they've had Stag robots for all three iterations of this challenge, of the RoboCo challenge. So they definitely are sticking with their theme.
They have, and I think they've improved the aesthetic every time. This one definitely has the legs to go along with it, with the reindeer ears. It's pretty neat, fun-looking robot. They also have the articulating wheels in the front, so that helping them to turn the robot. They're quickly and efficiently making work of these cones, getting them off out of the way.
And it's definitely allowing them to, like you said, maneuver very easily around some of the kind of tighter corners or through the more narrow areas around that tractor.
They said that their robot, it's their description, while passing through the woods in search of sweet berries, the stag came across a group of exhausted workers. Out of sympathy, she offered her assistance in hopes to relieve their stress. This is a very thoughtful robot, really looking out for the workers here.
So really interesting. We'll see if they do it again for the second tree. But as they're cutting, you'll notice that they articulate the base. So when they lift it up, they're actually shifting back and forth a little bit to make sure that it doesn't tip over. Yeah, the side view is really great for it, TC. They did a really good job balancing that out with their design.
It's very clever. Very, very clever.
Great job to Team Seychelles.
A great score, 14,783. All right, we're going to bring up the leaderboard. With Sri Lanka with that high score, that current high score, 14,944 in first place. Still 3 teams left. We're going to move on to Team Venezuela and their robot Coro. Now, Team Venezuela said their robot is named after a Venezuela dune that's placed without any trees. Or that is a place without any trees.
Very clever use of this clear panel. It's almost like they actually use it as a way to kind of like tip the tree over as it's balancing, but also I can imagine that it seems like it's on some type of folding mechanism, so maybe they can fold that down for other tasks.
Mm-hmm. And the transparent panel allowing them to get a window into the action. They just launched the tree into the trailer.
Okay, gets the job done.
Quite a bit of force to do that, but they've clearly geared the robot appropriately to do so. It might be the quickest run at the cones we've seen so far. Team Venezuela is clearly playing. I love this. I did not expect that, but I love it.
Same.
It's like he rose out of a coffin in the robot. I love that he's got the eyes in the hat. Blinking. Oh.
Very, very well designed. In fact, the judges said it was a well-designed robot with good engineering and solid structure. I would have to say I agree with that assessment based on this run.
The Go-Go Gadget arms, Extendo arms, just setting out to grab this stick. They're going to light the fire again, try to make this s'more and complete all the secret tasks.
The interesting thing about this robot too is, we were talking about the clear or the transparent surface at the back of the robot or back from this orientation, but they've also extended the arms up, which helps to provide as a counterbalance as the front of the robot's manipulating and moving around. So very well designed.
Yeah. A good restoring moment in the design itself. Help it keep it stable through all the tasks. Okay, we're roasting the marshmallow. And bring it over for the s'mores. Completed. One last secret task for Team Venezuela to grab the camera and take the picture. Slightly different order from this team, but they've been very fast so far. Rolling over to get the picture. They submit their results with a very good score, 15,320. Congratulations to Team Venezuela.
Next up, we have Team Indonesia with their robot R2045, Techno Natura. And their robot loves nature very much and believes technology should preserve nature. So they prepared it to also bring seeds to be replanting the trees.
Wow.
Narrow robot.
They rocketed the trunk off their robot. It looks like there's a bunch of roller wheels, and as soon as they get it in there and lined up, they just fire it right off. Almost like a sort of tree rail gun, if you will. That is incredible.
Very well designed, because it was very long and narrow before, perfectly designed to capture the tree trunks and get them out, but now they've shortened the length of it, which makes it more stable for driving and maneuvering around the rest of the pathing. So
they were pretty quick with lighting that fire as well. Now they need to get the poker stick, get the marshmallow, roast the marshmallow, and then bring it over for the s'more. Really quite an involved task. They complete it. Another selfie. It's a fast robot as well, just kind of drifting through the playfield. You can tell this one took some planning. They knew that flower was there, ready to pick, and raising it up to the bees. Quickly trying to... Oh, okay. I love this. Extending their gripper out, get the cones out of the way with a very good score of 15,146. That's moving them into second place. We're going to take a look at our leaderboard as we move into our final team. Now, Algeria is our last team. They've performed well throughout the competition so far in both the competition and judged categories. And we're very curious to see how they do in this final run for the FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge. All right, here we go with Team Algeria and their robot, Morgana.
I think they've kept up a pretty consistent aesthetic for the robots throughout the various challenges. So
they've got a backstory and everything. They said that everyone in the village calls Morgana a witch because they don't know how she turns rotational movement into linear or cuts down a tree with no motors. Her secrets are hidden in her unique mechanics. It's very mysterious description from Team Algeria, but I love the creativity tied in with the aesthetic.
Again, very good anthropomorphization with this robot. Just having the two articulating end effectors, but in the positioning next to a core that looks like a body, they look like arms. So,
I love what they did there. The planning was really fantastic by Team Algeria. They grabbed the poker chip, they grabbed the marshmallow, and they placed it in the fire. And while it was lighting, they went and grabbed the camera and took the photo. They're saving time and are very efficient with their movements through the course here. They've clearly planned this out. They've clearly thought this out.
Definitely.
Morgana lining up and trimming all of the branches off these trees. Now I'm very curious how they cut it down. Okay, they've got a trimming mechanism on the side of the robot.
And are they rotating around the tree trunk to cut it?
I think so, and they're kind of reciprocating type saw of some sort. But they quickly and efficiently get that tree trunk down. This is a great run by Team Algeria so far. Let's see how they finish out.
I love the throw over. Of course, a human wouldn't be able to do that without dislocating an arm or being very, very flexible. But of course, it's not a human, it's a robot. So,
yeah.
Great design there.
Only if you want to try to ruin your rotator cuff, but they've currently built it for the task. Balance the tree. That is an interesting catch there. Getting themselves lined up, pushing it inside the box to make sure they secure that objective. This team has clearly had a lot of practice.
The team said that they were able to try out concepts on their robots that they wouldn't be able to even imagine in real life. So it helped us learn a lot about developing their creativity and imagination. So definitely a huge plug from Team Algeria about the virtual robotics competition world.
That is something neat about this competition overall. Is you're really able to test limits of conceptual design, sort of inside and outside the bounds of physics. There are these correlations, but then also how it's actually executed within the world of RoboCo, not completely limited by what's possible in the real world. And they're just, again, quickly and efficiently going through this design. Again, another look at the flipping the tree trunks into the trailer.
Very well designed. Great job to Team Algeria and Morgana with a total score of over 16,000.
Yeah, congratulations to Team Algeria with that high score for the day, 16,059. Great job to Team Algeria and all of our competitors throughout the RoboCo Challenge. It's been exciting to watch all of you compete and the creativity that's come to life here. Now it's time to move on to the part we've all been waiting for, the awards ceremony. Let's see who will be taking home those medals.
The judges reviewed robots from all 3 rounds of the 2021 FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge to determine the robots that were most aesthetic, most creative, and most elegantly engineered. The winner of the bronze medal for most aesthetic robot is Team Slovenia and their playoffs robot, Pafatirika. The winner of the silver medal for most aesthetic robot is Team Palestine and their qualifiers robot, Robo Grandeur. The winner of the gold medal for most aesthetic robot is Team Algeria and their finals robot, Morgana.
The winner of the bronze medal for the most creative robot is Team Hope and their qualifiers robot, RoboG. The winner of the silver medal for the most creative robot is Team People's Republic of China and their finals robot, Crazy Vic. The winner of the gold medal for the most creative robot is Team Seychelles and their finals robot, the Stag V3.
The winner of the bronze medal for most elegantly engineered robot is Team Indonesia and their finals robot, R2045, Techno Natura. The winner of the silver medal for most elegantly engineered robot is Team Venezuela and their finals robot, Coro. The winner of the gold medal for most elegantly engineered robot is Team Sri Lanka and their finals robot, Neo Woodhacker.
We'll now announce the winners of the fastest robot, most cost-effective robot, and the highest scores of the qualifiers round. The winner of the bronze medal for the fastest robot is a four-way tie between Team Greece and their robot Dodorocomati 2, Team Iraq and their robot Iraq, Team Madagascar and their robot Ravenala, and Team Poland and their robot Exterminator. The winner of the silver medal for the fastest robot is a tie between Team Sao Tome and Principe and their robot STP Chef, and Team Syria and their robot Ashi. The winner of the gold medal for the fastest robot is a tie between Team Indonesia and their robot, the R2045, and Team Seychelles and their robot, the Stag.
The winner of the bronze medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Syria and their robot, Ashi. The winner of the silver medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Indonesia and their robot, the R2045. The winner for the gold medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Poland and their robot, Exterminator.
The winner of the bronze medal for the highest score is Team Poland and their robot, Exterminator. The winner of the silver medal for the highest score is Team Sri Lanka and their robot, Steampunk. The winner of the gold medal for the highest score is Team Algeria and their robot, Ruby.
We'll now announce the winners of fastest robot, most cost-effective robot, and highest score for the playoff rounds. The winner of the bronze medal for fastest robot is Team Cuba and their robot, Butler Mecha MK3. The winner of the silver medal for fastest robot is Team Indonesia and their robot, R2045. The winner of the gold medal for fastest robot is Team Seychelles and their robot, the Stag V2.
The winner of the bronze medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Montenegro and their robot, Boki. The winner of the silver medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Indonesia and their robot, R2045. The winner of the gold medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Poland and their robot, Exterminator V2.
The winner of the bronze medal for highest score is Team Indonesia and their robot, R2045. The winner of the silver medal for highest score is Team Burkina Faso and their robot, Coffee Champion Ultimate, CCU. The winner of the gold medal for highest score is Team Algeria and their robot, Elliot.
We'll now announce the winners of fastest robot, most cost-effective robot, and highest score for the finals round. The winner of the bronze medal for fastest robot is Team Seychelles and their robot, the Stag V3. The winner of the silver medal for fastest robot is Team Indonesia and their robot, R2045, Techno Natura. The winner of the gold medal for fastest robot is Team Australia and their robot, Bruce.
The winner of the bronze medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Burkina Faso and their robot, Mr. Wood. The winner of the silver medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Seychelles and their robot, the Stag V3. The winner of the gold medal for most cost-effective robot is Team Algeria and their robot, Morgana.
The winner of the bronze medal for highest score is Team Indonesia and their robot R2045, Techno Natura. The winner of the silver medal for highest score is Team Venezuela and their robot Coro. And the winner of the gold medal for highest score and the 2021 FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge champion is Team Algeria and their robot Morgana.
Congratulations to all our teams and award winners, and a heartfelt thank you to all our competitors for participating in the 2021 FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge, brought to you by FIRST Global and Filament Games. We couldn't have done it without you, and we can't wait to see what FIRST Global teams have in store for the next installment of our competition. Until then, tune in next time for more challenging obstacles, more ingenious robots, and more FIRST Global RoboCo Challenge.